Okay, as promised, another video today where I offer an apology. So, um, yesterday I did a gratitude post where I taught a skill about gratitude where you make a list of 10 things that you are grateful for once a week. And I told you a little bit about the thing we do in our family where we do favorite part of the day and teaching my kids a little bit about gratitude and things like that. So, what happened is that my wife watches my videos and she astutely and rightly pointed out to me last night that I did not put her on my list. Uh, that's where I owe the apology. So, the apology that I'm making is to her. And I'm always grateful for the things that she does for our family and the sacrifices that she makes. She has a job that is a difficult job and one that not a lot of people could do. And she works really hard for our family and provides some of the basic needs of our family. So I wanted to turn this into not only an apology, a public apology to her, but also I wanted to turn this into a little lesson in couples therapy. So I'm a couples therapist, and I'm trained in Gottman's couples therapy. So I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with John and Julia Gottman. They do a lot of couples and marriage research, and have several books out and do full on Gottman couples training, and they teach their techniques. And so, one of the things that they teach, and one of the things that I teach because I am Gottman couples therapy trained, is how to do couples love maps. So, that's the skill, it's called love maps. And you use this for couples who need to prioritize their relationships and each other a little bit more. Often, what happens in long term relationships is that we get comfortable, we get complacent, and we start taking for granted the things that really help the foundational pieces of our lives, which often is our spouses and our partners. We get so busy with life and work and all these other things that we forget to free up some cognitive space for our partners. And what the Love Maps exercise does is exactly that. It helps you remember, like little things. It's a really fun exercise, actually, but it helps you remember the little things that your partner is doing. Like, do you know what your partner's watching right now? Do you know what like shows they're into? Any show that you don't watch with them, right? Do you know who their best friend is? What their favorite flower is? What their favorite color is? Sometimes that changes over the course, depends on how long you've been together. Do you know what their dream car would be? These are things that sometimes we forget to be curious about with our partners. Like I said, we take for granted. And so this is where I want to model vulnerability and accountability. This is I'm smiling and giggling a little because it's kind of I'm a little nervous. I'll just be honest, I'm a little nervous to put this out there. This is personal, and it's just not an easy thing to admit. And not publicly anyway. So I wanted to show this as a piece of accountability and how to be vulnerable. And when you've messed up with your partner, you don't necessarily have to make a YouTube video about it. But I do think it's important that we apologize when we hurt somebody that we care about. So I have apologized in my personal life, just so you know. Also, what this tells me is that with the busyness of our lives, both of us work full time, and then, we've got the coronavirus that's changing and upheaving everything in our lives. we have two, I've mentioned in other videos, we have two small children. Both of them are under the age of 5. One of them is very young. She's about to turn 1. And so our kids have really taken, they take up a big part of our brain. And they take up a big part of what we do every day. And so by me doing the gratitude list and not putting my wife on there, by her pointing it out and being able to be bold and honest and tell me that it hurt her feelings, and then by me taking accountability and apologizing for it, the whole situation, what it's kind of telling me is that we haven't freed up a lot of cognitive space for each other in the last little bit, which is okay. It's normal. It happens. And, you know, fortunately, it's decently easy to repair. So with the Love Maps exercise, what you do is you ask your partner those kinds of questions like I just did. Now, there is actually a real Love Maps intervention. If you go to a Gottman couples therapy trained therapist, they can walk you through this intervention if it's something that you feel like you might need in your relationship. You can give me a call and we can schedule something and I can help you. Or there is actually an app. It's called the Card Decks, and it's got Gottman like actual card decks that you can do with your partner. Now, my wife and I, we both have this app on our phone, and it's really cool because what you do is you answer a question or something, and then it sends your answer to your partner, and vice versa. What I'm remembering at this point and in the last 24 hours is that we haven't done it in a very long time. It wouldn't surprise me if my app actually needs to be like updated if it's not even like a current version of it. So it's called Card Decks, and it's free, or it was the last time I downloaded it. And so it's got a lot of really cool things on it, and hopefully it would have a lot of good interventions for you. But an example, and many of the questions I've already asked you, or that I asked on here, are questions that would be in the Love Maps. And some more examples might be, let's see, what was the mascot at your spouse's high school? What's your favorite animal? Let's see. If you could dress any way you ever wanted to, what would you wear? If you could go to some kind of big Hollywood premiere, what would it be? Would it be music or movies, or the arts of some kind? What's your favorite painting? What's your favorite outdoor activity? So you just kind of freeing up some space for your spouse. So that's my apology, that's my accountability, and that's a skill kind of all wrapped up into one. So I hope that I've been able to show you how to be vulnerable. And also, I didn't show you the actual apology, but I hope that you can take this as an example to apologize to people when you hurt them. And there's the skill for building a love map. So I hope that this has been helpful, and I hope that it is something that you find yourself thinking about or using anytime that you want to build up some more cognitive space for your partner. All right, continue to stay well, and I will be sending lots of love and peace to all of you.